Welcome to day 16, episode 2 of our new Timberborn series. This is a fun little city builder where you have beavers that are basically ingenious animals. They love building vertically. They control the water. They try and survive through deadly droughts. And speaking of these deadly droughts, we are in one right now. We are not going to have any water for 3 days. We have a dam we've built. We have a farm with 2 different types of food in it.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram,
And I believe it was Pura last episode, but we had a little switch. We've also got Zufum planting a very strong maple orchard. Definitely takes a while to plant that. So worth it though. We've got no homeless beavers. We had somebody born a few days ago. Our community is thriving. Now, how the droughts work in this game, you will notice the water source has dried up. As the water recedes down the land, behind it, you will notice, speed up a little so you can notice, you will notice the grass recedes, the trees start to die, and it just keeps going. Oh, look, it's so beautiful how the grass just slowly dissipates. And as we come over here, we're going to keep an eye because as soon as we hit this ledge right here, we want to raise our floodgate to keep this water in over here. So it's coming slowly over here. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Okay, we're going to go to 1 speed. Now that is to the edge, we're going to set our height at 1, and you'll notice the dam has stopped allowing water through because there is no more coming in. Now what we could do, because we do have 73 water stored, it's not enough to last 3 days, I don't think. But what we could do if we wanted to, we could pause our water pump, but we really have no need to. You know, the land has died behind us, which is always a shame, but our little community is thriving over here. We have lost some of the water over here. Luckily, this reservoir takes a while to empty out because it's just emptying over here, and there is a lot of water stored in here. So if you can get a dam set up over here, you keep a lot of green area. But at least for now, our small little community is doing well. We have no new births as of note today. We do have 2 science huts going. We're doing pretty well for ourselves, I would say. Now you can see over here, some of these berries are drying out and they could potentially die in a few days. I'm not really worried about that because our drought's only 2.5 days. We've got 8.5 survivability. And our berries, they're the main source of food right now, but we are working towards being a little bit more sustainable in terms of everything else. Not sure why they're not cutting these down. We may need to throw a little path over here. Let's find out actually. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Just outside of the zone. So let's just give them want to have the nice intersection there. I'll give them a little path right there just so that our builders can get over there and destroy those berries. Now, it looks like we've got no more lumber over there to take care of. We do have some over here, so we will turn this flag back on until we get the last of these logs, or these trees logged. Now, we could probably use a few planks here. I'm not really sure. I don't want to get rid of the science, so I guess we'll just ignore that for now. Our water level is steadily going down. You can see we're kind of maybe at the halfway point now. We're no longer at that kind of 3/4 allowance that we used to be. And that's because we're pumping water through the season. But that's okay because the main water, the main importance is right here. Good morning. We just had a birth. Kurzel has been born. Already has a house. 0 years old. Let's keep an eye on you as you come out for the morning. So Kurzel's just going to wander around. Just one of our little... Oh, God. Let's not go that close. Kurzel's going to wander around. Really has nothing going on. Just a baby. We'll let him hang out for a little while. Now, one thing we could do, get a little leisure going. Our beavers don't really have a great spot to hang out. We've got rooftop terraces, we've got campfires. I'm thinking a campfire would fit great right here. You kind of, I mean, look at this view. That's a, if I can just, that's a nice little view. Very, very relaxing. You come in, you enjoy your friends and your beaver family, and you get to overlook the town with your fire in front of you. You're not looking to a great area, but the background, great design. So we'll give them a nice space to hang out up there. And that's going to cost us only 15 logs. Really not that bad, but our beavers are going to get a lot of enjoyment out of that. And the food is just kind of steadily stored. It's not really doing much. Berries are taking up a huge amount. We're only desiring 20 berries, but we've got 182 in there. Not great. I'm thinking of maybe a storage warehouse up here would also be super beneficial since the berries are being harvested from up here. Maybe right here. And the reason that I didn't put it right here is because I'd like maybe a step up here and we can get some rooftop housing going on. What I should have done is built these right here, the doorways right here, so I could put a staircase up here and kind of wrap itself on itself. But that's okay. That's a design flaw that we did not even think about. So once we get this small warehouse built, I'm going to turn off berry storage over here. There's really no point. Actually, I might as well just turn it off right now. And this one over here is going to be for solely berry storage. So if I allow none and only allow berries in there, we're gonna try and keep 200 berries in here. That would be fine. And that should be good for that little warehouse over there. And the campfire has been lit. Let's see if any beavers come hang out at night. We, oh, I forgot we have an 18-hour workday. I'm sorry about that, beavers. You guys are probably a little hungry, a little thirsty. Go get some food, go get some water, and then come take a load off before you all head to bed. So we've got a couple people, or one person. Angie's hanging out after a long day pumping water. Pira bag, long day as an inventor. Oh, everyone's coming up. Rajan, we got Jaraya, we got Quaggastock. I love Quaggastock. That Quaggastock's my boy. So they're enjoying the fire. Obviously, we've only got five spots, but we do have 12 beavers, so we might have to think about expanding some more. We also had a birth yesterday. I'm not sure if I pointed that out. Whose roll? But if I did, sweet. If not, that's okay. Got about 55% on some of these potatoes. They're about halfway through their life. About 3 days, we'll have some more. We're gonna want to get a second worker in here. We're not building too much. So let's get rid of another builder and add another farmer over here. At least they'll start to be able to take some of these carrots a little bit more quickly. Over here, I'm not sure what we're gonna put in just yet. We do have our grill. Maybe is good to get building right now. I think that's probably a smart idea. What I might want to do is actually cancel a couple of. I won't cancel them, like I won't purposely cut them down, but I might want another warehouse over here at some point. Because we're gonna put this in. So what I want to do, I want to let those trees go to full, but I'd like to put a 2x3 warehouse in right here. You can see that's a 2x3. So if you cancel the planting area, they won't replant it, but they're gonna let it grow to full height. So once those grow to full height, we'll be able to put a storage area in there. I'm not too worried about getting it set up right now because we've got time. You can also see we're at full capacity in terms of beavers right now. So I'm going to want to build some more housing. And I'm thinking we're going to do that by just stacking some houses on top of this. And what we can probably do is be a little bit cheeky with it. Put a house here. Actually, I'm trying to think. Maybe we just do like a double platform sort of thing. So we'll do some housing that faces this way. We'll also do some housing that faces kind of the same mirrored pattern. And then if we come over here under platform, or sorry, under paths and structures, we've got platforms. We're going to unlock it for 100 science points. We've got 26. We're going to put them over this path. And then along the backside. Now we don't have wooden stairs. Those do require extra resources. So we're going to run a path like this. And then eventually what I'll do is put stairs here, followed by a path here. But we've only got 32 science, and that is okay. Now you'll notice the water was back. Quavalox has also grown up. I'm not sure when the water came back. I must have missed it by that day. But we're just going, things are going so well we didn't even notice. So now that we are back into the wet season, we can lower this because you can really see the height difference of the water. And when I drop this down to 0, look at that fill up immediately. So that's kind of like our little, oh, we might have some flooding here. Oh, you got to be careful with that. So that gives us a little bit extra space up there. Now our forester's not really doing much. What I think I might do actually is just make sure that this area is planted in. That's the extent of their range, just so we have berries in this area. You know, we don't really need too many, but that'll help long term. So now we do have an extra employee, and our extra employee, Quavalox, aren't you like 6 years old, bud? You're 7 years old and you're behind the grill. Good for you. We're gonna have some potatoes coming up, actually, probably by the end of today, which means we're gonna have another great resource for food. This small warehouse is actually full. Let's empty this storage and put the berries into there because we want to start storing some potatoes and such. I mean, granted, this can hold 120 potatoes. So you can see now they're starting to put the potatoes into here. Quavalox is grilling up some potatoes, and you're gonna see a 4 pop up here. 4, those are carrots. 4 grilled potatoes. Our beavers are gonna be eating great tonight. So it's going to take a little while for them to empty those berries out if they do ever. Building is being emptied does not upset goods. That is okay. So Jonifico and Regin are currently working hard. What we do want to do is set these to a priority. And my guess is, yep, suspicion is correct. We do need planks. Our beavers are happier than ever. We have reached a level 6 goal. We have the campfire. We have grilled potatoes. Our beavers are happy. That is awesome. Now, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to pause some science momentarily, and we are going to get Pirabag as well as Jariaya into these buildings and get some planks going. And we also can just get an extra job by deleting this lumberjack flag. These ones are paused, so they don't get us an extra job. But we do have an unemployed beaver now. And we're still cutting down logs up here. These are about halfway through their life, and we've got these logs still to cut, so that is great. We might run out of logs before they're ready to cut, though. Who knows? But once these bad boys are ready to cut, that is 8 lumber a pop, as opposed to these ones, which will end up, let's click these ones over here. These ones are going to give us 2 logs a pop. And if we needed to get over here, these birches only give us 1 log. So now that we've got Pirabag and Jaria making up some planks and whatnot, we are going to see some of these buildings getting built over here. We're going to do a quick time lapse and just kind of see how things go for the rest of today. So while we were time lapsing, I did notice that our first platform has been built, and this is actually a completely pointless platform because we put the door right here. So I guess eventually we can like spread across here and maybe do some aerial buildings or something like that, but that was kind of a dumb little mistake by moi. But now, well, actually, not even. We can't even get to this. Let's set this one to a medium priority, or sorry, a priority 1, and set this as a 2, because then we can get more beavers in here on the ASAP. Things are just going so well for our little community here. We're trying to expand our population as quickly as possible. We do have two unemployed right now because it looks like Corazol. We have two Corazols. Interesting. Okay. Quavelax has grown up, and so has Corazol as of today. So we're gonna get some science going. Look at all our beavers run out, get their jobs started. This isn't really storing any water, unfortunately, but once we get this fantastic building under the labor tab that is called the hauling post, we will be able to not just have our. Is it still Angie? Yeah, Angie isn't going to be just pumping water nonstop. We're actually going to be able to haul some water to where it matters, which is where the beavers go to bed. So right now we are doing some planks as quickly as humanly possible, which is awesome. But what we're going to really want to be focusing on pretty soon is some heavier duty power. And probably putting it right here is going to be our best bet for some of the basic power. And then maybe down the line, we will have summer only power over here. So one thing we need to do if we're going to do that is get these wooden stairs, and we do have enough science points now to get it. So we're gonna get some wooden stairs over here right into the water, and yes, beavers can swim if you give them a path down there. So you'll notice here it's a little orange, but once those stairs get built, we're actually going to be able to build in this area down here. So it looks like we now have been added our additional little spot here. I'm going to set this to A2 on the priority board as they build some of these other buildings here that are waiting on planks. Hopefully they'll be able to build some of the logs needed for that one first. Food-wise, this one's not even emptying. They're not even eating these berries. We have 324 berries. I'm going to go ahead and pause our berries for a little bit here, and then we're gonna clear out some berries. We just don't need this many berries. It's a little excessive, and we're gonna set this to like the lowest priority. We don't need those berries to be cleared anytime soon. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna clear those out until we absolutely need those to be built, or until we need to absolutely build over there. So this one is waiting on logs and planks. A lot of plank waiting right now. And what we can do in the meanwhile is get our water wheel set up here. So we're going to set it up right up against here. This is going to give us 1, 2, 3 if we want it, but it doesn't look like the water's really moving on this side if you notice. So that a third water wheel might not fit there. We're going to do our best to see if it does work. They should be able to build this though, this first one at least. We will see. It's going to cut into a lot of our logs there, unfortunately. But it does look like we have vastly expanded our housing, which is awesome. We really only have one more house to go. We do have an extra worker thanks to pausing our berry farm there, and that's going to allow us to hopefully build things a little bit quicker. It's a lot of logs needed for these projects. We've only got 2 trees down over here. We've got a small cluster available over here, and then maybe just a few up here. I'm not even sure if these are in the cut zone. They are. They're just a little further away apparently than this side. But our nice little maple orchard is doing quite well over here. So while we pump away at making some more planks, we do have our stairwell made now. You can see our beavers are swimming. We've got some swimming beavers. They don't even need paths or anything down there. So they're just coming over here. They're going to slowly make this water wheel. We're done building everything we needed over here. We do have 46. Do we have bench? Bench is 80, but a shrub is 20. So why? Can I put a shrub up there? I'm not going to worry about that right now, actually. We've got bigger beavers to take care of stuff. And you can see here we're not really harvesting everything we need to harvest. Our beavers just aren't working fast enough. So it might be smart of us to get an additional farmhouse going. We did have a birth yesterday that I appear to have missed. It was Tazingo. Fantastic name. You are just a wee little lad running around, and you do live on the second story, so that is great for you, bud. So, building lacks power. These are our notifications over here. We know it's lacking power. It's powered by a little guy in a hamster wheel. Not really worried about that. We're probably going to keep this building here until we need this space. Unfortunately, right now there is no way to reclaim any wood or anything. So we built that for 15 logs. We essentially waste 15 logs plus the 40 I think that one costs. Let's see here. Yeah, that costs 40. So we wasted 55 logs by putting this here in a non-permanent position. What I should have done is knowing that I was going to put these here, I should have put the lumber mill somewhere along these. But that's okay for now. We're going to deal with it. Now, what we could also may need to worry about, we had two more births yesterday. We have Zone Raja and Celia. Both of those were born. We have three children in our colony now, and they are just going to keep expanding now that we have built plenty of housing. We have 15 of 24. Oh, we just had another birth. Key was born. So I think we're going to potentially go up one more level here. Oh, got a quick autosave there. But I think this level is going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to pause real quick. We're gonna put something like this here. It's going to be something along the lines of this, followed by a staircase here and here. And one thing we also wanted to do was put this here. I'm going to set this as a slightly higher priority for that spot. Housing wise, we want a couple of lodges here. Actually, we can do one here. We can do one here. And then what I wanted to do with this is do some stairs to here and here. We are going to get some asymmetrical housing up here. This is very nice. This is turning very nice. Like that. And then there is, you will notice, a mini beaver lodge with it, which is 50 science points. I'm going to waste the science points right now. I'm ready to build this right now. I want a mini beaver lodge right in between there. Decoration wise, how much does this cost? 120. We don't have anywhere close to the amount of resources for a roof. So this is going to take almost all of our logs. And by almost all, I mean we have 3 logs remaining. So I'm going to unpause here because we're just going to kind of be waiting. I know we need a lot of these planks to build a lot of these stairs and whatnot. So I'm going to have to keep the planks running as well. But right now we're just kind of at our impasse here, waiting for some jobs to open up. I'm gonna pause our forester because there's really no point in having a forester when nothing is being planted. We're good on food, so I might actually lessen one of these farmhouses. And I think we're gonna just get another temporary lumberjack going so we can get these cut down. I don't think we're gonna have enough lumber here. We're only at 66% for a lot of these. So we're going to run out of things fairly quickly. Looks like most of our, not mo about half of our platforms have been built, as well as one of our staircases. Priority-wise, we want these to be lower, as well as these to be the lower ones as well. We don't really like need the houses super badly. We also have our water wheel, which is pretty sick. Um, We could, if we had the resources, we could just move this over here and that would give us an additional body. Um, we had a couple births. Naibingi and CG was born, and unfortunately Zufum died of old age. That is a darn shame. We do have 6 children in our community now, though, with the capacity of 24 beavers. So we are only increasing our capacity of our town. So as we continue to increase here, that means our water demand is going to go up. That means our food demand is going to go up. And we know these are just not, this is just not being emptied like ever. Like, can they just not use these for berries? Um, Hopefully they can actually eat the berries in here. They're probably all eating them out of here, to be honest. But that's okay. That's why we paused the berry farmer, because we need to get some of these berries used. So while we wait for things to get built here, we're kind of in this weird situation where you just kind of have to watch the community grow very slowly. because we're just having births and deaths, and we haven't had a ton of resources pop up yet because we did build houses a little bit slowly. We could have gone a little bit faster. One thing I'd like to do real quick is delete this row of road because I just don't think it looks good. Yeah, we have absolutely zero logs. Literally zilch, none, nada. We're cutting down the last of our available logs. Unconnected buildings. Probably the house in here. Because we forgot to add a path here. So we're going to go from, oh no, all those houses are usable. What we did not do is add little things there. Got to have your safety rails on the house here. So Tazingo has grown up. Tazingo looked like maybe they took a district center job nearly immediately because we have no unemployed beavers. We're going to cut down on a builder and make sure the farmhouse can have two people constantly farming in there because we need to make sure we need to prioritize potatoes. Actually, that is a priority over carrots because we need to make sure that Quavlax is working hard as often as they so can. So I'm thinking we could go a little bit bigger with the potato farm. Um, it looks like maybe they're not covering the whole thing. It looks like actually they are covering the whole thing. They're kind of growing as they go. They were prioritizing carrots, so who knows with that. We do have our small house built, and we have apparently not added. That is so ugly. I wish these ones went away when you built like a 4x4 on top of a roof or something, but so be it. This is a nice little housing development. Kind of looks like a little apartment complex. And I'm thinking after these lodges go up, I'm going to also build some roofs on there once we have the science points unlocked for that. And I mean, we could unlock it now, but I don't want to waste it on that yet because I think what we're going to want to shoot for is a levee and get this backed up. I'm thinking we do a levee across here, and that's going to let us build up. I mean, that doesn't help us a lot. It really only gets us to save this water. What we want to do is probably build it across here. So let's unlock that now. We have 176 science points, and this is going to allow us to keep a lot more water. So we're going to do a levee here, followed by a couple levees here. Eventually, I want this double floodgate. That is 250 science. We're not going to have that available to us anytime soon. So we'll do a couple of these, and then I'm thinking we're just going to follow these up with some dams for now. We keep no hesitation here. We do not have the logs for this. We're going to set that to low priority. This is now set to the second low priority. So they'll take those down as needed, but I really don't want logs going to this unless they have to. We do have 13 planks now. I think we are good on our plank resources. I don't want to keep wasting logs on planks. Pretty soon, these are getting to be adulty. Yeah, let's move this. Thinking the log pile will be right here. Delete this one. And then we can put a lumberjack flag right here. Well, do these cover that? They cover some of it. So they'll be able to assist. And that'll be good. We have 8 unemployed. Holy crap, we had a lot of beavers grow up. I have missed a lot. So Zulala has grown up. Tazingo has grown up. Zanraja has grown up. Ranjata has grown up. Kia has grown up. Naibingi has grown up. Sija has grown up. So we had a lot of beavers grow up. So we're gonna add some of them to these builders right off the bat. And I think what we're gonna want to do, what's the range over here? We're gonna want to put this back on. I think maybe this backside, we're gonna plant some more of these. Now, unfortunately, the water is not backing up. Maybe that's why we want a dam over here. But we don't have the resources for a dam over there yet. Nothing to do in range. I understand. Let's make sure you have a zone in range here. None of this is no longer needed. Nothing to do in range. You have stuff to do in range. It's just not available to you yet. These ones are essentially useless now because they're just not grown up anymore. We have a drought coming in 3 days. 3 days the drought is coming. That is less than ideal. We have plenty of food. Now that we have some more availability, or some more beavers, we're going to need another water pumping station, I think. So let's set that to a medium priority. We want our logs to be going to that as opposed to other things. We should be able to pump water for the whole wet or the whole dry season as it comes, so I'm not that worried about that. Eventually, I'd also like to convert these to levees as opposed to dams because levees we can hold a little bit more water as opposed to 0.75. We can kind of close it as the dam or as the dry season gets here, and we will be good to go. And you can see they do not plant on the dry ones, so we kind of know which ones are just unplantable. And it looks like these ones may be. Oh no, we've got some green right there. I'm pretty sure we can put a maple right there. Yeah, they're just planted in a line closest to our farm or our forester there. Got 3 unemployed beavers. Unfortunately, we're just kind of chilling and waiting until we have enough availability to get some of these other items finished here. We are so close. I think we're maybe a day away from getting these maples harvested, and then we are going to have logs for the rest of our lives. We're never going to have to worry about logs again. Our potatoes are going phenomenally. We've got 114 standard potatoes. Our water pump is getting built very slowly because we're only really have one tree left. And we have 2 down here if we really want them, but I mean, I suppose we might as well get a farm hut put here, and he'll cut that down when he feels convenient. So we got 3 unemployed. Zanzibar was Angie died. Our water pumper died. No, Rajin has taken over Angie's job. Rajin, how old are you? I can't handle another big death like Angie. Angie was an OG beaver. Rest in absolute pieces. I think we might even need a statue. How much does it cost? I can't afford that. That is 500 science, 50 logs, and planks. I will have to remember to get a beaver statue for Angie. Because we love Angie. She pumped water for us from day one. That was one of the first most important jobs we've ever had. Rest in peace. We're about to hit the dry season here. And you know what? We're doing great. We haven't struggled at all. No adversity. Absolutely none. Hell, we might even go for some roofs here. What do we got here? 120 science points for a 2x2 roof. Only costs 4 planks and 2 planks and 4 logs. And then what is this one? 80? We don't have the combination to get the 1x2 and the 2x2, but we have this one. It's going to be gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. We need 80, we got 62. All right, that's fine. And I really want to see one of these maple trees grow up. I think they're not going to grow up until day number 2 here. Or sorry, day number 16 of the second cycle. We're about to have a drought come in. You know what that means? As we approach our last night, that also means we are approaching the end of the episode. Thank you for hanging out on episode 2, but I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to get to our dry season next. See if we survive. I am taking bets on if I do, because I'm pretty confident we're going to do all right. Anyways, thanks for watching. Run Jata is grown up. Awesome. Have a great night.